What is up, guys? Welcome to another wrestling video, and today we have another episode of Around Wrasslin, where we basically just talk about what's going on in the world of wrestling, and we have a variety of topics that we're going to talk about today, including the new WWE Champion Bobby Lashley and who he should probably be facing at WrestleMania. But before we get into that, if you could please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of 2021. And once we hit that subscriber goal, we're going to do a huge unboxing that I'm sure you guys are going to love. So please hit that subscribe button. And not to mention, we are going to have the greatest WWE shop unboxing in the history of YouTube, and I guarantee you there will not be a better unboxing on this website. So you are going to want to subscribe and see that content when it comes up. So let's just get right into the topics that we're going to be talking about. And the first one is the new WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. He won it from The Miz last night or a couple nights ago on Raw, and you wondered if it was actually going to happen because The Miz was running away a couple of times, but they finally got him in the ring and they had a lumberjack match, and Bobby Lashley pretty much destroyed him in what was pretty much a squash match. But, you know, rest in peace, Miz, but, you know, I'm really happy for Bobby Lashley to get that victory. And clearly Bobby Lashley is a formidable champion, and it's going to take a real colossal effort to take that championship off of him. And that brings us to who he probably should be facing at WrestleMania. And if WWE has been paying attention, the fans are really clamoring for a Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley WrestleMania. It needs to happen. And if you're unaware of some of the drama that went on with both of these wrestlers, apparently one of the reasons why Bobby Lashley came into WWE is so he could wrestle Brock Lesnar. And now that Bobby Lashley is WWE Champion, why would they not have that match? I mean, WWE has to make that happen. But there was some rumors too that Brock was had a little bit of a role in that match never materializing. Of course, we have not seen Brock Lesnar since WrestleMania 36 when he dropped the title to Drew McIntyre. So we need to have these two in a match. They have to be fighting for the title at WrestleMania. There is literally no other match that could top it. But while we were talking about Drew McIntyre, I would also be open to a triple threat match between Drew, Brock, and Bobby. Oh my gosh, that would be an amazing match. That is like a once in a couple years quality match, and they just need to make it happen. They need to make either Bobby versus Brock happen or Bobby versus Drew versus Brock happen. That's what the fans want. That's what Bobby Lashley, the WWE Champion, wants, and I'm sure Drew McIntyre would love for that to happen too. He's just such a great talent. They're all such great talents, and we need to see that match. So WWE, if you're watching this video, I don't know if you are, but if you're watching this video, make that match happen at WrestleMania. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was relating to The Fiend and Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss. And as you can see behind me, I'm a huge Fiend and Alexa Bliss fan. I've been loving what I've been seeing from this Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss, and Fiend altercation that they've been having. But this last Monday on Raw, Randy Orton was watching a TV and saw himself come up talking in a really spooky voice, basically as if the Fiend were talking through him. And typically, while I love everything the Fiend does, this was just, it felt a little overboard. I wish they could have just had Alexa tell him these things. Or I wish they could have just finally brought Bray back. Like, that needs to happen eventually. I felt like it was stretching a little too much. Like, I love supernatural angles, but you can't go too ridiculously supernatural to where it becomes like, okay, you know, there's been a little, it's a little much. But, and like, I know they burned the Fiend alive, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, but for some reason this Randy Orton segment just didn't click. And again, I am the biggest Fiend fan there is. And so I just think they kind of need to refocus a little bit, and they need to finally get Bray back, and they need to have Alexa do more, because these Raw segments are maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes out of the whole 3 hours. They could definitely do more with this, and this feud, while it's still good, I think it can get a whole lot better. So hopefully WWE does that. And finally, the last story that I wanted to talk about was NXT is going to be moving to Tuesday nights so that they don't have competition with AEW. Now, here's why, one of the reasons why I dislike show wars, so this was the Wednesday Night War, is they're constantly competing and they're constantly trying to decide, oh, which one is better than the other. Well, to compare NXT to AEW isn't really fair. Like, I don't watch a ton of NXT, but I'm interested in it, and AEW Dynamite is the main flagship show. So I don't think it's really fair to compare a show that has Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, and all these other guys, Sting, to a show where it's literally Finn Balor, and just like more newer wrestlers, newer talent. And so, and then not just that, but they've been relatively close in ratings. But I think this is a great thing because finally, I've been wanting to get into NXT, but I just am curious about what they've been doing in AEW. So now I think it gives viewers a chance to be able to watch both and enjoy both. Because I felt like this war was basically just a fight for ratings. And so that's why I'm glad that fans will now be able to watch both shows and be able to, you know, craft their opinions on which show they think is better that way. That way they don't have to have one without the other. Because if you're someone like me, I hate channel flipping. I just like to turn to one channel, watch it, react to it, you know, chat on my message boards with my buddies about it. So I'm glad that we can finally have separate nights. And I mean, hey, it's another night for wrestling, so what's the matter with that? Alright, and that is all we have for today. Those are the only stories that we're covering for Around Wrasslin today, but make sure to, again, hit that subscribe button so you see more of my content. That greatest unboxing ever is going to be coming so soon. I bet it's going to be sometime next week or the coming weeks. So you are going to want to stay tuned for that. I guarantee you. You will not see a better WWE shop unboxing on this channel. I absolutely guarantee, as The Rock would say, that you will not see a better unboxing on YouTube. And make sure to leave a comment about what you think about Bobby versus Brock, or do you like the move from NXT going to Tuesday nights? And yeah, if you could also leave me a like, that really helps me out. If you enjoy my content, leaving a like is so awesome because it helps the YouTube algorithm put my videos out there a little bit more so more people can discover my channel, and I would really, really appreciate that. And thank you again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.